Hey, thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners, proudly brought to you each and every week by One Equine. We're back at headquarters, Albion Park, Saturday night. 9-race program. Just take note of the start time. It's a little earlier compared to normal. 4:57 is the first race, but overall it's a good card coming our way this weekend, including a number of stars from the Trent Dawson stable stepping out for real life. He's getting set for a Chariots of Fire campaign, and his stablemate, Future Assured, who hasn't raced since the Inter-Dominion Grand Final. He's going to head south with For Real Life, aiming towards the Miracle Mile. He's back in action. I think it's going to be a punter's paradise here on Saturday night. There's a number of nice horses, but as a result, they're going to be at short quotes. I've tracked down Nathan Dawson and Pete McMullen. Both guys have super books, keen to get their thoughts. Let's see what they've got to say ahead of Saturday night's card. Mr. 400, he's back in action at Albion Park after a well-deserved break, fresh into the new year off that record-breaking season in 2023. And he's got a great book of drives this Saturday night. We're talking about Nathan Dawson. He's the man in the hot seat. Nathan, appreciate the time.
No, good to be on, Chris.
Did you enjoy the break firstly?
Yeah, no, it was very good. It was a long year and it was just good to get away and, have a bit of downtime.
All right, excellent. Great book of drives coming up here this weekend. This first race, this is a good race. You're going to be on one of the major players here, Bronski Zulu. Last starter runner-up behind Nick's pick. How do you rate this guy?
Yeah, I quite like him, He's still kind of learning his craft. He's probably not 100%, a true racehorse at the moment, but, he's on the way to being a nice horse.
Okay, in saying that, were you a little disappointed with the way that Nick's pick was able to put you away last start?
Oh, to be fair, I thought I might have had a pretty good kick there, but the inside of the track was pretty rough the other day. It chopped up pretty bad with the wet weather, so I wasn't that surprised that I was a bit leg heavy up the straight.
All right, gate 4 here, numbers 1 and 2, not known for their early speed. So is the plan quite simple here? Go forward, look for the front.
Yeah, he's got good gate speed, so we'll use that, and I think we might roll along a little bit more this time, and I think that suits him a bit better.
Do you expect Bobby Waterhouse to sort of run the gate with you and apply a bit of early pressure?
Yeah, I dare say, Narissa will go forward and have a look. But, as I said, I don't mind rolling along a bit. I think that suits him more. Okay,
so if he's in front, he's the horse to beat?
Yeah, I think so. It's obviously there's a few others in there that, good chances, but I wouldn't change him for any of the others.
Okay. Race 2, you've picked up the drive here on Nürburgring. Now, he's going well. He's just in that difficult grade. So, Saturday night, 2 off the second row. You're likely to follow out the favourite here in RD's Flash. Do you give him some sort of chance?
Yeah, he's an honest horse, He always tries hard, but he probably relies on a little bit of luck in this class of fields. So, if he gets the right run, I wouldn't be surprised to see him there with him.
Okay, I mentioned RD's Flash. He's a talented horse. He's first up here. Is he the obvious horse to beat?
Yeah, he is. He trialled quite well and he's proven himself. So he's probably the obvious horse.
Okay, just with the tactics of this race, do you want to stay right behind RD's Flash? Is going to the fence, is that an option?
Yeah, we'll just have to see the way it plays out. I'm a big fan of the fence, especially when I think there's going to be a bit of speed on. So just have to see where we're ending up and make our decision out there.
All right, race 3. This is another good race. This is the race that features For Real Life. He's getting set for a Chariots campaign. You're driving Jack Wally, drawn to the immediate inside of For Real Life. Can you touch down with the lead here?
Yeah, I think I can. He's proven he's got good gate speed and he crossed So Serious last week. So we'll have a good look and then, probably look for a bit of cover on For Real Life.
All right, back at a mile. That's more to his benefit?
Yeah, it is. I was pretty happy the way he got to the line last week. 21's not ideal for him, but he was still getting to the line after doing that early burn. So, I'm looking forward to this race.
All right. As I said, For Real Life's the key horse here. Can I just get your take on For Real Life? He's a multiple feature race winner, getting set for the Chariots. How do you rate him For Real Life?
Yeah, I've always thought he's a nice horse, but, every time you start to wonder, he just keeps going to another level. So, I think he's pretty much the real deal and, he could be the best we got here in Queensland.
Okay. Race 5, this is the Mares Open. Good quality lineup here. You're on the last start winner, Bronski Delight. You know this mare well. Nice trailing draw here. Do you think it sets up nicely for her?
Yeah, it does. I think the back line's good for her. The less she does, the better. So straight on a helmet, and you know, if I can give her a good trip, she'll be finishing off and hopefully over the top of them.
Just looking back at that replay of her last start, she was aided by that frantic pace up front. Do you think you're going to get that again this weekend?
Oh, I don't think it'll be as strong as it was last week, but you know, as long as there's a bit of speed, she's good enough, you know, to make a bit of luck herself. And you know, if I can just find a helmet till I need to go, she'll be there.
All right. She's versatile, there's no question about that. But also, I think she's strengthened up. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think that's a really good statement. She's definitely got a lot stronger. Last prep, you know, she was pretty one-dimensional and needed cover for her as long as you could get her. But this time in, she's getting a lot better.
Okay, well, that's Bronski Delight in race 5. Race 6, Luxury Lad. You know this guy well. Outside of the second row draw, 2,138 metres. Not ideal, is it?
No, it's not. You know, we'll drive for a bit of luck, and you know, if it comes, you know, it won't be too far away from them.
Just looking at that front row, do you think there's going to be a bit of tempo here, or does it look fairly pedestrian?
Yeah, I think it's pretty moderate. You know, but you never know. Funny things happen out there, and you know, if it does, that'll play into our hand well.
One thing about Graham Dwyer's horses, when they start, they're fit, so he lacks nothing there.
No, that's right. You know, he does a good job with his team, and they're always ready to go. So, you know, when the luck comes their way, they're always there.
All right, race 7. This is the band 4, band 2. Deus Ex lines up here. Could have easily gone around in the free-for-all. He's found the right race, Jack Butler. This looks his race.
Yeah, it does. You know, he was super last week. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be sitting where I was in the race, and he toughed it out well and only just went down over the trip. So I think he's probably going the best he ever has, and it looks a tremendous race for him.
Yeah, that was a good race last week as well. Turn it up, scoring in that race. You know, just grabbing you and Manila Playboy. If you lead, it's probably a different result.
Yeah, I think so. I think if I get to the front, you know, he probably wins, and you know, he only got beaten a neck, and you know, he had the race probably which doesn't suit him, his style of racing. So pretty confident this week.
Okay, so he draws well. If he's on the front over a mile, he might carve out some time as well.
Yeah, if he finds the front, you know, there'll probably be a decent pace in it, and you know, I reckon he'll be able to run the 51s, 52, no problem.
Yeah, he's bounced out of the Inter-Dominion Series well, this horse.
Yeah, I think he's come through it better. You know, I reckon those hard races, you know, might have just taken him, you know, to that next level. So, be interested to see how he goes Saturday night.
All right, race 8. This race for the mares. Taylor's 4. I'll ask this question first up. Is she capable of winning one of these Saturday night mares races?
Well, she had a chance a few starts ago, but I think she will. She's just going to need a bit of luck on her side. She lacks a bit of high speed, and she's probably, you know, not good enough to make the luck herself. But she's got a decent draw there, but she's going to need things going her way.
You got speed to your inside.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward there. I'd like to be in a bit closer, but we'll have a go and see what happens.
All right, so all the pressure's on you with that one. You need to pull out some magic there with Taylor's 4 by the look of it.
Yeah, I've had plenty of luck lately, but it's all been bad, so hopefully it can change.
All right, what about Heaven Attracts? Here's another challenge for you. Gate 7 here over the mile. Can he go back-to-back?
Oh, I reckon he's, you know, good enough too, but it's going to be tough for him out there. You know, he set a pretty moderate pace last week and run a good quarter, but you know, it's going to be different this week.
Yeah, it's like all of his Christmas arrived at once last Saturday night.
Yeah, it did, you know, and he made the most of it, and you know, you couldn't ask for any more than what he did.
Winning form's good form, as they say, so let's hope that continues. It's a great book of drives for you on Saturday night. No surprise. Which one are you looking forward to most?
Deus Ex, you know, I reckon things have to go pretty pear-shaped for him to get beat.
All right, we'll take that tip. Race 7, number 3, Deus Ex. Great to have you back in action. We'll see you trackside Saturday night.
Thanks, Chris.
Leader Pete McMullen jumps in the hot seat to go through his book of drives, and it's a key booking as well, with a number of key runners resuming here on Saturday night, so I'm keen to get his thoughts. Pete, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
Your first drive, you picked up the drive in race 1 on Shell Shock. This is a good quality race. I think he's banging on the door, ready to win. How do you see Shell Shock?
Yeah, racing well, but you know, a bit of a wide draw there makes it a little bit tricky.
Okay, Bronski Zulu, he's drawn in 4, probably likely to roll forward. Can you give him, how big a start can you give him if you are to pick him up here in the home straight?
Yeah, we'll probably need to be sort of, you know, reasonably close to him. You know, he's a pretty high quality 3-year-old. Although he's, you know, it's always tough. He's sort of younger sort of grade or younger aged horses racing these older sort of ones. So that might bring it a little more even.
Okay, looks like they'll run along a bit in this race. They could run some time here.
Yeah, possibly could. So we'll just wait and see what happens.
All right, race 2. This is a key runner. RD's Flash. He's first up. He's had the benefit of a recent trial. Where is he right now before he starts here on Saturday night with this campaign?
Yeah, we're really happy with him. He's right where we want him. He's probably not 100% fit, but he's not too far off, and I think we're sort of just trucking along really nicely, and it's looks like a very good race for him first up.
Okay, the scratching of Murphy's Reward, so you'll start from 2. Is that ideal?
I think it definitely helps. I don't know if it would have made a lot of a difference, but any scratchings are always one less to beat.
Okay. His racing pattern, he's very good off a helmet. He's likely to go out as the favourite here because of his reputation. Where would you like to be in the running with this guy?
Oh, to be honest, I sort of sent him in front there Saturday night. It's one of them races where he looks a class runner, especially with sort of Jim RT on the back line. So, yeah, I sort of think if he could find the front and, sort of maybe dictate a little bit, he's going to be the horse to beat.
Okay. Has the Chariots been discussed, or does he have to deliver on Saturday night to sort of, consolidate those sort of plans?
That's where we're heading. I think, he needs to sort of race good Saturday night to confirm it. But I think barring any fails on Saturday, I think he's heading that way.
Okay, so you're more than happy with where he's at right now?
Yeah. Obviously, he had a Super 3-year-old year, and we know the Chariots, and that's going to be hard, but I think he's definitely up to sort of definitely having a crack at it anyway.
Yeah, they're only 4-1s.
That's correct.
All right. Here's another good 4-year-old. Race 3, number 10, Whisperer's Secret. He was the runner-up in the Queensland Derby last year. He just flies under the radar, this guy. What is it about Whisperer's Secret that he just seems to go through in life and doesn't get the sort of credit he deserves?
Yeah, I don't know. He's such a neat little horse, and he probably doesn't win as many as he probably should sometimes, but he's always either first or second pretty much. So, and obviously the Derby was no different. So, yeah, he's a neat little horse, and he's right where we sort of want him. We've been really happy with where he's at, and he trialled last week, and he got beat by 2 really good horses. So, unfortunately, we've got to race against one this week, which makes it look like a very tough ask. But if he could maybe get into it somehow, I'm sure he won't be far away.
Okay, For Real Life is the horse that beat you in the trial, and you're opposing him here on Saturday night. He's got a front row draw, every chance he rolls to the top. So he's a very hard horse to run down. But what would be a pass mark from that draw with Whisperer's Secret?
Yeah, well, it makes it tricky, I think obviously he would be wrapped if we could run second. For Real Life, he's got the gate advantage, and he's probably a better quality horse. But if we could run second, I think that'd be enough to sort of get a tick of approval and maybe head south for the Chariots as well.
Okay, here's a difficult question. Who's got the higher ranking within the stable? Is it RD's Flash or Whisperer's Secret?
Personally, I think RD's Flash just has a little bit more upside to him. But there's not much between them. They train together, and there's very little between them.
If I ask Chantel that same question, would she say Whisperer's Secret?
Probably not. She's got a bit of a soft spot for RD's Flash as well. So, although she does also, really like Whisperer's Secret. So, but not much between them. But probably just RD's Flash. Always, just a tiny little bit.
Okay, and just a quick one on For Real Life. You clashed with him in that trial. This is a special talent, isn't he?
Yeah, he's certainly above average. He's a very live chance in the Chariots, and each year he just comes back bigger and stronger. At 2 he was obviously good, but he looked like he probably didn't have a lot of bottom, and come back at 3 and he got into a bit of a dogfight a few times and really knuckled down to the challenge, and he looks bigger and stronger this year. So it's great to see Trent have a really good horse, and I think he's going to be a live chance in the Chariots, even though he's going to be up against one of the best horses in the country.
Okay. Race 4 on Saturday night. This is the Open. You're driving Romney. You partnered him last week. Future Assured lines up in this race, and he's a great short course horse. He's fresh up since the Inter-Dominion. What are the expectations here with Romney?
He's a horse racing really well. He's probably, the Queensland system's probably giving him a bit of a hide, and to be honest, looked quite good going through his grades, and he's got to race the Opens, which is tough. Last week he got beat by Turn It Up, who you know, he's one of the all-time greats. So, you know, for horses like this, it's a real struggle for him. But you know, he's definitely not disgracing himself. He's just gonna, you know, probably have to put in a top of performance again this week to be able to beat a horse like Future Assured.
Okay, last week you held the lead over the 2,138 metres, and as we just saw there, he only just got collared late. Do you plan to lead again over the mile?
Yeah, I think if we could be in front, I think he'd give a pretty bold showing. But yeah, it probably just comes down to gate speed a bit, you know, inside and outside. So we'll just have to sort of weigh it up. Probably weigh it up pretty quick. All
right, Future Assured, he's an electric type, isn't he, over those sprint trips?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously hasn't raced for a little while, but his last start was in the Inter, where he was, you know, pretty impressive realistically.
Yeah. Race 5 for the mares here. This is the Open. A whole lot of pretty draws, barrier 1. Can she be a threat here?
Yeah, she's been racing really good, this mare. She's been screaming out for a bit of luck, and fingers crossed from the 1 gate she can get it this week.
Yeah, it's a really open race. It's loaded with talent, but really open. Hard to single one out.
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, fingers crossed we can get the trip we need and, you know, be there at the finish.
Where do you see yourself being? Leaders back or 3 fence?
I was hoping to be either in front or leaders back. Either or, I'll be happy.
Okay. Race 7, you've picked up the drive here on Brados Lad for Ricky Alchin. Do you know much about this guy?
Not really, to be honest. You know, a bit of an awkward draw, but, you know, Ricky always turns his horses out in good order, so fingers crossed we can get a winner for him.
All right. Is Deus Ex the horse to beat there, drawn in 3?
Yeah, he was huge last week. You know, to be able to park out against those sort of horses and only just go down was pretty impressive, really. I think it's probably one of his best runs, so he's definitely the horse to beat.
Okay, race 8, another race for the mares. This is the quali. Alexia Rose, she's first up. You know this mare well. Fresh up, can she be a threat?
Possibly. She's a nice mare. Obviously hasn't raced for a while, so, you know, Donnie always has his horses quite forward, so, you know, she's good enough to win. Probably just need a little bit of a trip there from the bad gate.
All right, and the last race, Off Your Rocker Crocker, drawn 1. Is this his race?
Oh, let's hope so. He's, you know, he doesn't always want to sort of put his best foot forward, but, you know, he's got the draw. He's got probably the race that suits him the best since he's been in Queensland. So, fingers crossed he can get the job done.
If he doesn't win this, where do you go?
Not sure. Possibly a different state.
Okay. Do we save the best till last, or do you want to go around Off Your Rocker Crocker?
Oh, look, on paper, I think he's the best chance, but, yeah, I don't always trust him, so I think Artie's Flash would have to probably take that.
Righto. Race 2, number 3. Pete, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
Thank you.
A big thanks, as per normal, to our drivers giving up their time and insights ahead of the weekend. Pete McMullen, Nathan Dawson. It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top. There's a battle within the battle there on Saturday night. Who will drive more winners? Will it be Nathan? Will it be Pete? Will it be Pete or Nathan? We'll find out on Saturday night. Looking for a good thing or two? I think race 6, number 1, Reason to Be. He finally gets a good draw, and this race shape looks good for him, so I'm going to mark him as the best bet. Like I said, there's a number of shorties spread throughout the program, but I think we might get black figures about this guy, Reason to Be. Race 6, number 1, marking him as the best bet. If you are gambling this weekend, please do so responsibly. We'll see you trackside Saturday night. Don't forget, the first race, a little earlier compared to normal, 4:57. See you there.